The stars being tiny, the sun and the moon being tiny, and everything close to us.
What's the scariest thing you've ever done? Or another way to say it is, what's the most dangerous thing that you've ever done? And why did you do it? I know what the most dangerous thing is that I've ever done, because NASA does the math. So it's a really interesting day when you wake up at the Kennedy Space Center and you're going to go to space that day. Because you realize by the end of the day, you're either going to be floating effortlessly, gloriously in space, or you'll be dead. You go at the Kennedy Space Center, into the suit-up room, the same room that our childhood heroes got dressed in, that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin got suited in to go ride the Apollo rocket to the moon. And I got my pressure suit built around me. As you come around the corner at the Kennedy Space Center, it's normally pre-dawn, and in the distance, lit up by the huge xenon lights, is your spaceship. We ride the elevator up, and we crawl in on your hands and knees into the spaceship, one at a time, and you sort of worm your way up into your chair and plunk yourself down on your back. And the hatch is closed, and suddenly, what has been a lifetime of both dreams and denial is becoming real. And as the time gets closer and closer, this excitement is building, and then about 3.5 minutes before launch, the huge nozzles on the back, like the size of big church bells, swing back and forth, and the mass of them is such that it sways the whole vehicle, like the vehicle's alive underneath you, like an elephant getting up off its knees or something. So hard you can't focus on the instruments in front of you. It's like you're in the jaws of some enormous dog, and there's a foot in the small of your back. Until finally, after about 8 minutes and 40 seconds or so, we are finally at exactly the right altitude, exactly the right speed, the right direction. The engine shut off, and we're weightless. And we're alive. It's an entirely different perspective. You're not looking up at the universe. You and the Earth are going through the universe together. It's an entirely different perspective. You're not looking up at the universe. You and the Earth are going through the universe together. And you're holding on with one hand, looking at the world turn beside you. It's like roaring silently with color and texture as it pours by just mesmerizingly. And I was outside of my first spacewalk when my left eye went blind. And I didn't know why. Suddenly my left eye slammed shut in great pain, and I couldn't figure out. Unfortunately, without gravity, tears don't fall. Unfortunately, without gravity, tears don't fall. I can talk. Scott Perezinski's out here with me. He could come over and help me. We actually practiced incapacitated crew rescue, so he could float me like a blimp and stuff me into the airlock if we had to. This is Major Tom to ground control.
The complete universe, housed within the Earth. Does it seem possible? Does it seem strange?